It's about time we finish up our time at the school. As I go to the wrong thing and don't click the person who takes me to the classes. We've got language, art, and home economics. I think since we just came from home ec with Dendra, I guess we'll do home ec first. Let's get to it. Well, of course, Arvin's in this class. Why wouldn't he be? Actually, we have some energetic young ones in our class this time around. You may call me Mr. Saguaro. Your time here with me will be spent obtaining knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life. Many of you have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the Academy dormitory. I pray that the knowledge I impart to you will improve the quality of your lives and the necessities thereof: food, clothing, and shelter. Of those three categories, I assume the most pressing and interesting for you all is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your party Pokemon will be restored. You will also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manners of benefits. For example, these powers can make your Pokemon easier to catch or increase the EXP points that your Pokemon receive. I think that we all find that the breadth of these effects can be expanded by crafting sandwiches of superb flavor. What's more, there is a certain something that is particularly important if we wish to receive meal powers with even more helpful effects. Let me see. Master Chandler, tell me, what must you keep in mind to receive even more helpful meal powers? Choice of filling and condiments. Perfectly correct, Master Chandler. Perhaps you were already aware of this fact from having helped your family with cooking at home? Your choice of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor in getting even more helpful meal powers. I also like his pink eyes. For example, using sweet ingredients in your sandwiches may help you gain an egg power, including numerous bitter ingredients. On the other hand, can give you an item drop power. Learning to aim for specific effects when crafting sandwiches will almost certainly make your culinary endeavors more enjoyable. Please be aware, however, you can also receive meal powers by eating at restaurants. I must say that I would feel the utmost joy if you all learned much here in my class and came to better understand home economics. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Home Ec 2. As much as I like the song for the school, hearing it for such a long period of time is very grating. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can get from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers and even restore HP to all your Pokemon in your party. It is truly a truly convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, I am sure you are aware it's not suited for use in battles when you cannot make food, or when you wish to restore HP quickly. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items such as potions, which can be purchased from Pokemarts or at the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used any time that you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potions restore 60, and Hyper Potions restore 120 HP. The pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you are stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are incomparable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself with injured Pokemon, but have no potions. You are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Master Chandler, what should you search forwarded in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon. Items on the ground. Perfectly correct, Master Chandler. I see you are well learned in survival techniques. If you see something shiny on the ground, it's actually an item that's been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item, such as an Oranberry or a potion in this way. You can use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it will decide on its own whether when to eat a berry during battle. Let your Pokemon decide this timing for itself. It can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest that you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you can employ for healing your... but the bell demands that topic waits. Stretching! I'm doing so much reading! Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. In my last class, I taught about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several of you about PowerPoints, commonly known as PP. If this was actually a class, like actually a real class at a real school, and the teacher said PP out loud, the class would go hysterical. When a Pokemon loses all of its HP, it faints and can no longer battle. What then happens when a Pokemon loses all of its PP? It reminds me of when I had, I think it was 5th or 6th grade science class, and we were learning about cleavage, but, the cleavage of rocks, and, sedimentary rocks, and whatever the fuck. The teacher would say cleavage out loud, and the class would go hysterical. It can't use its moves. When it loses its PP, it gets erectile dysfunction. Perfectly correct, Master Chandler. Perhaps you know this from first-hand experience. When a Pokemon runs out of PP, it can no longer use its moves. However, each move has its own store of PP, so it can mitigate PP loss by using a variety of moves rather than just one move repeatedly. You can also mitigate PP loss by going to the drugstore and getting special needs. If a Pokemon loses all of its PP for all of its moves, it can only be able to struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. In order to avoid this predicament, PP can be restored at Pokemon Centers along with HP. Such items as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be reused to restore PP. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold at shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum PP. Do not waste uses of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of PP. It is most important to find balance in a Pokemon's set of moves. As you can see, HP is the only thing that you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. Or isn't the only thing. I hope you all take care to ensure that your partner Pokemon can perform their best as you engage in the treasure hunt. There should be a brand new rock-type move that gets introduced in Gen 10 called Cleavage. Cleavage should have been the signature move for Cleavor! That would have been hilarious! It's just that it gets Stone Axe. Cleavor's signature move should have been called Cleavage. You're missing out on a golden opportunity. Time has come to test how well you were learned here in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains of the last-minute cram session fades. Which is not an effect of a picnic meal. Increasing speed. Which of the following affects all kinds of meal powers are seen from a particular meal, filling and condiments? Which of these berries can restore Pokemon's HP? Oranberry. Linjiro wants his Pokemon to decide on its own whether to use a Hell Diamond battle, so we give it an Oranberry. This will work as he hopes. Yeah. If a move runs out of PP, it can no longer be used. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all of its moves, it can only sit there in frustration. False. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I hope you are all able to give the examination everything you had. Please remember to ask career scores at the front desk before leaving today. I'm out of 5 correctly! Yay! Home Ec 4. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I'm glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work just as hard on your life skills in this second half of the course as well. Let us turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. Arvin. He also spends days and nights studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, Master Chandler, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers? Arvin? No, I'm not gonna rat him out. Should make food with other people. Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary arts. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a large serving of bread. With the larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to see meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well when dealing with a difficult issue. Working with others to solve that issue may be the best course of action. I'm sure that Arvin will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. The identity of the male student is not a matter is a matter of privacy, so I would ask that you do not pry too deeply. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you farewell. Oops. Home Ec 5. Put away your phones, stop doing your class. While you were outperforming fieldwork with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you, have you ever noticed changes in its coloration? Now, I don't mean that suddenly becomes a shiny Pokemon or any nonsense like that. I'm speaking of it becoming filthy! Pokemon battle. They get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. I've seen many a trainer walking with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing the issue. It's deplorable. As he looks directly at the camera and then directly at me, as I have never done the washing a Pokemon at a picnic thing ever in this game. Let me ask this question of someone who I am sure would not tolerate such a shameful conduct. Yes, Master Chandler. What should you do if your Pokemon is dirty? Pat it on the head. Clean it up. Perfectly correct. I knew I could count on you to provide with such an answer. When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is, of course, simply common sense. I don't want to clean my Pokemon because I don't want them to tough out things in battle. I want to play Pokemon battles without fucking gimmick battle mechanics. Or they tough out on 1 HP. I don't like that. While you were having a picnic, you could approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. A variety of actions, you say? One such action is putting them through what I like to call the Pokemon wash. In other words, you are able to clean them up. You start by getting your sponge lathered up with soapy bubbles and you carefully scrub your Pokemon. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth, and you wash it away with the spray of water. This will get your Pokemon shining as bright as a Terra Jewel. It is certainly quite a bit of work, but this will restore Pokemon HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have parts of their bodies that they don't want scrubbed, or they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important point I would like to mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. Though I will contradict myself by saying this, please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the kind thing to do. Our time in this class has come to an end. I bid you farewell. Yeah, like Clodsire. Or like Oinkalone. Home X6! How goes school? Learning to wash your Pokemon. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back on our time together, I've realized that I focused almost entirely on food. I hope it's not too late to shift to a discussion of clothing or other necessity in our class. As I'm sure you are aware, our academy has the air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish, whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, fall, and winter, when the academy accepted you. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to pursue your wardrobe. As long as you wear our school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issued. If this includes your bag or your hat, if you choose to wear one, you are even free to choose the style of your hair, however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There's one thing I would like you to decorate, which I must say I find quite charming. Our Rotom phones? Perfectly correct! That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit that I am fascinated by Rotom phones and how you customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. There's a shop called Delibird Presents, where you can purchase cases for your Rotom phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow and get an adorable case for my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with this small talk. As this class is known as home economics nears its end, I offer these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of your Pokemon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel, and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do your best on the final exam. Mr. Saguaro's final exam. Well, I like Mr. Saguaro. He seems cool. The guy was club to test how you have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information severing your brains from the last minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to get a shining Pokemon? Sparkling power. Which of the following was not an effective egg power? Helps hatch strong Pokemon. What is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Make food with others. What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon gets dirty? Pokemon wash. This is a question about the Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms properly to match each season? It doesn't matter. I made the questions a little easier than I planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about Rotom phone cases. I trust that you all give this exam everything you had, so you will not have to retake it. Please remember to ask your scores at the front desk. Five out of 5 correctly! Yay! We're now going to take the time to go see what he has to say about stuff. In the home ec room. Welcome to the home economics classroom. I consider this to be my very own castle of sorts. Master Chandler from Class 1A. Rumors of your activities have always seemed to be bombarding me from all sides. My activities? Indeed, people from all over have been talking about how strong of a battler you are, and the amazing Pokemon you take along with you. You are quite the object of everyone's interest, though I imagine that it may be a bother for you. The home economics classroom is something of a place of rest for the Academy students, you see. Here, they delight in sharing the latest gossip and the like while enjoying a light snack. You come up quite often in those talks recently, Master Chandler, so much so that I find myself intrigued. If it's not a burden for you, I would very much enjoy having you come see me again sometime. I gotta go to a different classroom. The cafeteria. I am doing fine. And I am having fun learning more about these characters. Hello, Master Chandler of Class 1A. It has been some time since we last met. About 5 minutes. Are you here to eat as well? Just kinda wanted it. Now I'm starving. Ah, excellent. You shouldn't battle on an empty stomach. I myself am here to survey the student cafeteria, let's say. I'm observing the nutritional content of food that our students partake on a regular basis. One item on the menu here that I am particularly interested in is a peanut butter sandwich. It is sweet and quite delicious. Yes, perhaps I will order one right now. Oh look, there's Mr. Saguaro! He's so fashionable and cool! I guess the teachers come to the cafeteria too, huh? Do you think he'll have an egg sandwich? No way! If he gets anything here, it'll definitely be something spicy, like a 5-alarm sandwich. Ah, he's so cool! He'd definitely get a wild, spicy 5-alarm sandwich. Could I have a 5-alarm sandwich? I do enjoy the thrill of spicy food. But Mr. Saguaro, what about... yes. Suggest I have a peanut butter sandwich, Mr. Chandler. I suppose I will try one if you insist. A peepus sandwich is what I would like to have right now. Peepus. That was close. I almost forced myself to order something spicy, my least favorite of flavors. Well, that's, the opposite of what I feel, but that's fine. I thank you for restraining me, Master Chandler. It seems that the students tend to view me as fashionable and cool, or even, dare I say it, exuding a sort of brooding strength. I have a habit of acting in such a way, so as to not destroy their image of me. I showed my true colors to you just now without thinking. Please keep this a secret between us. The staff room. Oh, you're in here too. Oh, everyone's in here. Oh, Master Chandler. There's something that I would very much like to ask your help with. You need my help? Well, you see, I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Paldea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You're the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth, thus I have no one else I can turn to for the help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image the students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought if this piques your interest. In the meantime, I will gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. Oh, is it Herba Mystica? Well, then what? I go back to the home ec room? Why can't I just talk to you in here? You're already in here. Master Chandler, about the matter which I need your help with. I've discovered the name of this incredibly sweet condiment. It's called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you would share some with me. I think I have one, actually. Yeah, like, wait, hold on. Like, didn't I actually get that from a raid? Bag. Here's all the stuff that I bought. Yeah, I actually got a Sweet Herba Mystica. That's awesome. I could just do that right now. So this is the Sweet Herba Mystica. I must create something with it right away. So very sweet. My, what ambrosial sweetness! It's like a sweeter honey. It's a much sweeter honey. Yes, if a honey's sweetness were multiplied by 100!
Hey, Mr. Saguaro, what you eating?
Oh.
It smells super sweet. You look like you were happy eating it.
No, as you see, there's a reason for this.
You don't look like someone who likes sweets, but that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool? I've spent my entire life trying to maintain the image that others have of me, but now I see that it is possible to reconcile the difference between my outward appearance and my inner lover of sweets. Well then, Master Chandler, here is a reward for your efforts as promised. Slowpoke cup. Thanks. A cup for big-time Pokemon fans. Kids will happily drink out of it, making it a boon to parents. Thanks to you, I was able to have the most delectably sweet experience. Moreover, I feel that my narrow-minded views have broadened ever so slightly. Please accept my heartiest of thanks. Yay, Mr. Saguaro. Alright, that's that for Mr. Saguaro. It's time to do the next class. We've got 2 left. Language and art. I don't like learning other languages. So I guess I'll do this one. Mr. Salvatore. I don't know who he is, but Mr. Saguaro was talking about him, so... What's up with his haircut? What's so bad about his haircut? What? It's... I've never seen this guy ever in my life. Yo, but this is awesome, actually. Wait. Yo, Alolan Raichu, it's got the Altar of the Sun and the battle background from Alola. Hell yeah, give me some Gen 7 representation here. Love some Pokemon Sun and Moon stuff. I've never seen this guy before. I've never seen anybody online over the last 2 months talk about this guy ever. So, he just looks like a dude. He's just... Actually, wait, no, this is the guy in the staff room who had the funky look. He's got the weird cut in his hair. It's like, why is he like that? So I have seen him in the staff room, but I've never seen anyone talk about him, so I didn't even know this was a teacher. I just thought it was a guy. My dear students, how you all today? Feeling good, I hope? I do like his Alolan Raichu pin and his sunglasses. I guess he's just really a fan of this. Je m'appelle Salvatore. My name is Salvatore. Merci beaucoup. That is very much. That's fuck you. Oh, I hate it. He's talking French. I hate this already. I am so happy for this chance to re-experience my younger days with all of you. You know, Salvatore means a savior. So just imagine here, I'm here to save you from spooky new languages. No. That's right, my class will teach you about various languages from different regions. You may say good morning or hello as my greeting, but elsewhere you may say Alola, bonjour, or salute. No, Alola. That's why he's from the Alola region. That's why he likes Alolan Raichu so much. You say Alola. I've heard there's even more popular streamer out there who smashes several languages together and says hello, hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. Great. There are many other regions out there in the world, and each can have their own unique languages. Gracias, merci, dank. All these have the same meaning. Can you guess what it is? Thank you. Whoa! Chandler, was it? Bravo! That's correct, and speaking up is important in language learning too. Gracias, merci. All these words mean thank you. And some of you probably knew at least one of those. Despite meaning the same thing, their strengths sounds a little different. Isn't that interesting? I mean, I know arigato I didn't know that's how you spelt it. Because I don't spell that. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't spell that. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one of my wise words of advice. When you travel abroad, you should try to speak the local languages as much as you can, even if you can't speak it very well. I'm sure your willingness to try and make people happy, very happy. Honestly, from my experience, just being able to say hello, delicious, and thank you in the local language will get you pretty far. For everything else, just pretend you're Mr. Mime and gesture away. There's that pesky bell. I guess that's all the time we have for today. Adios! See you later, everybody. Yep, whatever you say. I never wanted to learn a new language in school, so I was forced into French for a couple years. And I still don't remember anything from those classes. I also fucking hated my French teacher. That didn't really help at all. I'm so happy later in school, I didn't have to take language classes anymore because I hated them so much. My dear friends, how are you all today? Feeling absolutely fantastic, I hope? It's time for Salvatore's language lesson. Are you ready, everybody? Can you answer with yes? You can answer with yes or oui. Yes. Es super! In our last class, I believe I taught you how to say thank you in languages, right? In today's class, we will learn a certain word to make sure people are happy to see, happy you use words to travel abroad. What word do you ask? Well, let's have a guess. Delicious. Whoa, correct. C'est super. Are all words that mean delicious. Using the local word for delicious at markets or restaurants is sure to get a big sorry, a smile, that is, from whoever you're talking to. It'll make communication go by more smoothly, I guarantee it. People love it when someone says the cuisine of their homeland is delicious. Who wouldn't be happy to receive such a compliment? Stop looking at me like that. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one of my words of advice. The first step to smooth communication is to compliment the person you're talking to. After all, it's not very likely that a compliment would put someone in a bad mood. It doesn't only apply to people in other regions either. It's the same. For all of you too, you can put this tip to use with your classmates. I do not care about this class whatsoever. I care about this class less than math. But I want to see all the content in the video game. If my life was a video game, then I would go, but my life is not a video game. My dear friends, how are you all today? You all certainly look fantastic. Time for another one of Salvatore's language lessons. Are you ready? It's looking straight at me like, what the fuck did you just say? Are you ready? Yes. Champion, very good. My lessons are not a one-way street. No. I'm Trey's today. Willow speaks up. Very sad, that is. Yeah, this is why I hate... I hate this teacher. Never mind, I take back everything I said. I hate his haircut, and I hate him. In our last class, I believe I taught you how to say delicious in other languages. In today's class, we will learn about a very special phrase that you can put to use when the time is just right. Now I understand why Nimona was speaking other languages at me, because she comes here. Ah, shit! Jetrap! Damo! Does anyone know what these phrases mean? I'm going home. Oh, Chandler. I can't let you go home just yet. That's, moi me responde. A wrong answer. Je t'aime, te amo, ich liebe is 3 phrases you may know. Think. Why? Because they're all quite famous ways to say I love you. Oh my. Have I embarrassed you all, my friends? What timidly little shy boys and girls, that is. It's so very important to express your feelings about things to others, you know? This is especially true for positive emotions. If you get married someday and argue with your spouse over some silly little thing, all you have to do is apologize and say, I love you. Don't repeat, and all will be well, that is. That is good advice, but, like, not the best advice. I should know. Why, just last week I had a big argument with La Femme, my dear wife, that is. But it was quick to say I'm sorry as well. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one of my wise words of advice. It's best to be quick to apologize when you have an argument with someone. That is definitely true. That's the best thing he's told me so far. Languages midterm. Today we take our midterm exam. Relax and do your best. Are you ready? Let's begin. Gracias, arigato, merci. All share the same meaning. I almost thought that said good shit. Thank you. Which of the following means delicious? That one. Which of the following phrases doesn't belong? Time... I don't fucking know. Te amo? I'd mark it for a shiny water roll. That would be nice, but I would probably shiny hunt one myself. When speaking with a person, what is the first step to smooth communication? Bury them in flattery. Get mad at them. Compliment them. What is your beloved teacher's name? Salvatore. C'est fini. Time is up. Pause will solos. Put down your pens, that is. I hope. That was very easy enough. I do not care about anything you have to say. Please let me out. 4 out of 5 correctly, I'll take it. I do not want to be here. This is torture. But this is content. You like your midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there, and now you're ready for another lesson. Are you ready? Yes. Today, bon response. Great answer. Merci, my friends. I knew you could all count on you stars. Leading up to the midterm, we did all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, we'll be throwing a curveball. We'll be leading the comprehension. We'll see. Go for it, my assistant. Pikachu. Biga. As you just heard, Pokemon can use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning, just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food or whether there may be predators nearby. The same Pokemon cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious, so today, that is. Let's learn some Pokemon language. Oh my god, an actual use for this class? Thank you. This is what I want to learn about. If you would be so kind, Pikachu. Piga. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know it's a Pokemon? And Pikachu says, Piga. It's using an angry voice. Well, I would love to know that if they brought Pikachu's anime cry into the game and then they got rid of it. So, like, it would have been a lot easier to know that if they did that. But, like, there is no voice acting in this game, and it's just saying words. I have my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for us. Don't you think you did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everybody. Same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical condition. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon. You gain a deeper understanding of them. That being said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic and ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you a word of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while washing them during picnics, they'll get mad at you, like Pikachu just demonstrated. Well, I have a shiny Pikachu, so my Pikachu's better than yours. My dear friends, how are you today? I hope you are doing marvelously well. This I'm known for Salvatore's language lessons. Expect no less from my excellent friends. Even your replies to my questions are excellent. Today, we will once again be focusing on listening. Go for it, my assistant Pikachu. Pikachu! Hold on, wait. As you may remember from our last class, the same Pokemon cries may sound different, depending on what it wants to say. Today, we will be learning more about Pokemon languages. Pika. Sounded a little bleak, doesn't it? Voice seems a little lower pitched, too. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey? Sadness. Ding, 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 that's right, Chandler. Fantastic! When Pikachu says, it's expressing sadness. Kinda makes you want to cry, doesn't it? That's right, I had my little Pikachu cry as if it was crying. Ah, funny joke, right? Don't you think you did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause. And now, purpose of nothing. When you hear Pokemon making sad noises like this, well, you should treat them with even more kindness than usual. And should support each other in times of sadness. I truly hope that you can all have smiles on your faces all the time, my friends. Oh, we're at the end. We're almost at the end. Oh, we're almost at the end. Not quite the end, but we're almost at the end. You're not even gonna tell me about the word Alola and how it means hello and goodbye? Like, no. Got the fucking Pikachu still here. What's up with the frickin' having these references in the background and then not even fucking mention them? Our last listening, tell everyone how you're feeling. Cha. Some contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. Pain. Surprise. Which sounds surprised to you? Pikachu says, expressing happiness. Well, how am I supposed to know? Does it make you feel you want to break into a happy little dance? Bro, I do not care anymore. When you live your lives, I'm sure you'll have times when you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster. In the end, there's certainly happiness awaiting for you. Keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. I mean, he says good advice, but I do not give a shit about the other stuff he says. Why have a history class that doesn't let you learn about Professor Laventon, and why have a language class that doesn't tell you about the Alola region? You have the Alola region in the background. The Alola region literally has this whole thing about the Alola region. They say the word Alola, they say hello and goodbye. It's a whole thing. You're not going to teach me that. So we have 3 classes in a row about Pikachu. He's still here. I'm not putting the glasses back on. Final exam, do your best. Are you ready? No. Which of the following means delicious? That one. Which of the following phrases mean... That means, I love you. I fucking know. Angry. That one's a happiness. What's our beloved teacher's name? Salvatore. Assume the obligatory question, last question, gave you no trouble. You all did great. Yes. Professor Laventon's literally on the board. It shows the Hisuian Pokeball and Professor Laventon and the Hisui region all on the board. You're not going to teach us about that? It shows the Alola region and Alolan Raichu, and the fact that we're in a language class, and the Alola region has its own language for stuff. Now I'm going to teach us about that in the language class. Bad school. Worst curriculum. 5 out of 5 correctly. Get me the fuck out of here. It doesn't help that I have to go talk to him again outside of class. I hated you from the moment I saw your stupid haircut. Oh, Chandler. Did you come all the way here to the staff room just to see me? All the way here? Seems I finally made it into the hearts of my students. That makes me very happy. No, I'm here because I have to for the content, because I'm a live streamer and you're all in a simulation. I appreciate it. After all, like I said in class, communication is very important. If there's anything you'd be confused about in class or you're having trouble out there in the academy, you can always come here and tell me. Your friend Salvatore. Yes, get me out. Schoolyard? What is he doing in the schoolyard? Like, the reason why I don't like him is he tries too hard to be happy. He tries too hard to be nice. He's not, like, sincerely nice. He just tries too hard to be nice. And I've had teachers like that, and I didn't like him either. Is he over here? My favorite teacher let us swear in class. Taylor, I'm in a bit of a pinch. Take a look at this. This Palmy really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? Just stay calm. Alright, I can use a potion. Do you have any on you? I'm gonna let this Palmy die! This Palmy is dead! I don't have 200 potions in my bag right now, and like 54 restores. None! Not for you! Seems to have done the trick and just in the nick of time. But the Palmy doesn't appear to have belonged to a trainer. Could a wild Palmy have been wandered in the academy grounds? I can just leave it here alone without anyone to make sure it's okay. It's decided then. I, Salvatore, will just have to lend all the helping hands I have to take care of Palmy in this touch-and-go situation. Okay. I wish you luck with that. Goodbye. Goodbye! Actually, I like this touch of detail. There's a fire extinguisher over here. Stop it. No, I want to... There's a fire extinguisher over here. I can't interact with it, but there's like fire extinguisher and vents and stuff. Good attention to detail. Biology lab. PokéDex. Oh, my dear Chandler. Thanks to your advice from before, Palmy is what you see for yourself. Seems very quiet. Yeah, it's feeling better, but this particular Palmy may have me a bit meek, I suppose. I just had Nurse Miriam take a look at it as well. She says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or anything, or any of the like. Even so, it never utters as much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jacques here stumped. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. Don't worry about it. I have some more information now, thanks to the Academy's security cameras, though. It seems Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still a bit of a shock from that experience. I can't even bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. We could just wait until it feels like talking. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantee that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. Have no fear, I won't give up. Keep trying until we figured it out together. Staff room. That would be kinda sick. But we don't know yet. Pokemon Day is just a month away, though. My dear Chandler! Palmy here is as healthy as can be. Well, it seems quiet. Simply put, part of its personality, it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether the predator is nearby. Even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. Where does Palmy belong?
With you, Mr. Salvatore.
I didn't expect to hear my name. You think I should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back to good health though, so I could return to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think about that idea, my little Palmy friend?
Mommy!
Palmy, it spoke at last! Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that reply means yes. Oh, my dear Chandler, merci you so very, very much with all your help with Palmy. All the more reason you should have this! A Meowth? I'm so happy. I, Salvatore, will take care of it myself and look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. You just straight up gave me a Galarian Meowth? I saw people online in like raids and stuff were using a Galarian and Meowth, and I was wondering where the hell they got it from. He just gives you one. I mean, let's do this real quick then, if that's the case. You just gave me this Meowth, I'm gonna fucking drug it up real quick. Wants to learn Payday? Of course it has to learn Payday. Get rid of Growl. Metal Claw. Taunt. Swagger. Fury Swipes. Screech. Well, that's neat. I feel like it would have been more appropriate if he gave me an Alolan Meowth, considering he has the Alola region on his board, he has an Alolan Raichu on his board, he carries an Alolan Raichu pin, he has sunglasses. But no, give me a Galarian Meowth and not an Alolan Meowth. Well, thanks for the Berserker. That's neat. Let me move this Berserker over then to this box. I don't know why I have Mousehold in this box, to be honest. I really don't. Well, we've got one more class to go. If that's everything to do with Mr. Salvatore, we've got the art class. And I'd show you some things I made in art class, but I don't have them in my room. I do have some neat stuff I've made in art classes, though. Mr. Hassel! I forgot Hassel was a teacher. Well, it's nice to see him again. Oh shit, this art room looks fucking awesome! Greetings, I am Hassel. I'll be teaching you this class with it's a pleasure to meet you all. I forget what voice I did for him. Now let me be candid for one moment. I imagine that many of you will forget that you learned, forget all that you learned in this class once you graduate. After all, you don't even need basic understanding of artwork, much less a refined appreciation of beauty for most exams or jobs. So in my class, is my class a waste of time for you, huh? Then? I think not. At least I certainly hope it isn't. Think for a moment, all of you. What is beauty anyway? What makes something beautiful? The eye of the beholder. Interesting. Thank you, Chandler. I don't mean to suggest there's a correct answer for my query. The important thing is that you take your time to think about it. To think why we might find beauty in a flower blooming on the side of the road, for example. Question why the sky is a different shade of blue than the ocean, or why the leaves change color. Ponder the windmills of Artisan and how they move, and the lack of movement. I love how cute the Dedennes are. Look at these cute little Dedennes. Contemplate the chilling bite of waters of Casacafara. I'm sure you will find that every little detail of your lives will seem more vivid, more impactful if you take a moment to stop and think and appreciate. I'm certain you will stop and truly appreciate the little beauties of this world. It will help you put through the days of your studies you have exhausted when work has dampened your spirits. I do pardon me for waxing philosophical. You don't need to understand all of that now. To put it simply, it is true that one doesn't need art to survive, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. It is my hope that this class will add even a bit more color to your lives. Well, that's all for today. Welcome to art class. Bye. Here, I actually kind of want to go to my room and grab some stuff that I've made in school and bring it back down here to show you guys. Hold on a second. So, I just carried some really dangerous ceramic materials throughout my house that I probably shouldn't have all carried all at once down here, but nothing's broken and everything's fine. I don't know where all my older art projects are, because I know my mom's held on to, like, everything I've ever made, most likely. But one of my art classes that I took in school was a ceramics class. One of the things we had to make in the ceramic class was a bowl. I instead did not make a bowl. I instead turned the bowl upside down and made it blinky. I need to turn this side light off so it's easier for you to see. There you go. Kind of easier for you to see. But I made Blinky, the Pac-Man ghost. Now the only problem with Blinky is that there was a bubble inside his brain, and his brain exploded a little bit. Other than that, it's Blinky, and I like that. I don't even remember what this was supposed to be. Like, I genuinely don't remember what this project was supposed to be. But what I decided to do with it is that it's a question mark block. Here, I'm gonna see if I can get, like, a darker screen. Just do this. That's much better. It's a question mark block with a mushroom coming out of it. I think I was originally trying to make a mushroom, but then I ended up making a question mark block with a mushroom coming out of it. But I have this in my room upstairs, and this is really cool, and I really like how this came out. And the coolest thing I made is this box. First, I put something in the box, which was another thing that I had made, which is actually thematically appropriate. I had made an Ekans. I think I made the coil a little bit too big. Trying to get a little bit more light, but I made an Ekans. I should just go full cam. Why am I not doing that? Full cam. There you go. Now you can see it. I made an Ekans. You can see it is Ekans, and Ekans lives inside this box. The thing with this box is that I don't remember what the project was supposed to be. But it's a box, so you see that it's a box. But on one side, it's got a Pokeball. On one side, it's got an Inkling Squid. On one side, it's got a Smash Ball. And on one side, it's got Sands. And the top of it is actually a Minecraft crafting table. I think it was just supposed to be, like, make something about you or whatever. So I had made this box, and I, for some reason, cut a bunch of weird shapes in it, so it always fits exactly on how it's supposed to. Like, this side only goes on this side. Yeah. I'm really happy about this. So, Ekans is going back into the box and stuff. But I keep this stuff in my room. I have a couple other things that weren't from school. They were from something else, and I couldn't bring them all down here because I was carrying 3 large ceramic things in my hands while trying to open 2 doors. Probably not the most greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but just want to share those. I don't think I've ever shown these on camera before, so there you go. I just got a notification that my controller is dying, so I'm going to plug it in. I was actually playing Smash for the first time in a while the other day, so my GameCube controller is plugged in, so this can just get chucked in here for now. And I need to plug my... wherever the hell the cord is, I need to plug my Pro controller back in. Okay. Art 2. I've made some really fun stuff in art classes before. So I'm kind of happy that this is a thing that's here. Hi, Penny. Like drawings and stuff. I don't think I have any of that around. I'm just trying to think. Would any of that be in this room? No. I mean, like, the Sans head was a gift from my parents. That's all paper mache. The Vine Sauce and Redbox logos and the Bold and Brash are all 3D printed from a friend of mine, so I never made those. No, not really. Everything would just be upstairs. Well, class, it is I, Hassel yet again. In our previous class, we discussed what beauty is, which might be a little boring for you. So today, I thought I would mix things up a little to pique your interest in art. Allow me to introduce our special guest. Gibble! Gib! This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. Oh shit. Oh shit, they're just doing that right in here? Here, I'm gonna need to get a screenshot of that. As some of you may already know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble would be the Dragon type, but by terrestrializing, it's succeeded in changing its type. This would be really good if you had your own Pokemon terrestrialize into a different type, because all of your terrestrializations are Dragon. So class, what type do these lovely glistening flowers above Professor Gibble's head represent? A grass type. Excellent, Chandler. Full marks for you. These beautiful flowers blooming above Professor Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of the Terra Jewel above the Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. To summarize, if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrializes during battle, observe the Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see which type it's become, and choose effective moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victories. Gib! I just really like this box that I made, because I think it's so clever that I made this. Art 3. At least I like Hassel. This Hassel's been pretty cool to me. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. I just like looking at the derpy little Eevee and the Dede. I've been told that my precious lecture about the terrestrial phenomenon was very well received. Thank you all for your kind words. Hi, Arvin. In fact, Miss Dendra specifically requested that I impart even more battle knowledge to my students. So I decided that today we will take another look at how Pokemon can terrestrialize. Of course, here's Professor Gibble to help us. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you'd be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. You lied to me. Now, what do we have here? Last class we saw grass-type terrestrializing, but this time we have something of a different shape. Observe the Terra Jewel resembling a snowflake. Its dendritic shape is stunning to behold. It's a little chilly standing close to it. What Terra type would you imagine this jewel might represent? The Ice type. Excellent, Chandler! The reason there's a snowflake shining above Professor Gibble's head is simple. It is now an Ice type. And because Professor Gibble is currently an Ice type moves will not be very effective against it. Keep it in mind. Usually, they would deal quadruple damage to Gibble. Now, here's some trivia about snowflakes. While snowflakes come in many different shapes and sizes, most are classified as hexagons. Just think of it, snowflakes fall from the sky, taking similar shapes without anyone saying they must. Do you feel the great mystery of nature, the beautiful enigma we live in? But this is a bit of a tangent. But Mr. Jacques' glasses are also hexagonal, aren't they? I almost forgot to mention that you can change your Pokemon's Terra type at the Treasure Eatery, located in Madawi. Though I must say, the cook there is a little prickly. You'll need to get on her good side if you want to help. Now, come prepared next class, because it's already your midterm exam. You have told me nothing. And it's already the midterm? What do you want from me, Hassel? Hope you're all ready because it is time for your midterm exam. Focus and do your best. And begin. What is the name of the gemstone? The Terra Jewel. When the answer to question 1 is the shape of flowers, what does it represent? The grass type. Hexagons. Medali. What makes something beautiful? There is no correct answer. Time's up. That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. I'd rather not have students worry about passing or failing my art class, but tests are tests after all. Ah! 5 out of 5. Wow. Art 4. Hello classes, I Hassel yet again! I'm pleased to say everyone did very well in their midterm exams. As a reward for all your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brassy, please come in. Oh, God. Greetings! I am Brassius. I am an artist and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Brassius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces such as statues and the like. One of his major works is the installation of the titled Surrending Sunflora, found in Artisan. Many of you who've challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among our students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend a Hass's class. Oh, Hass is the man who saved me when I had lost hope and given up. When I had given up, but he never gave up on me. I do not exaggerate when I say he is my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Hass that I was able to establish my current art style. Ah, dear Brassy. I have nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in the only way you can. Of course. Let's see. Why don't we discuss what Hass mentioned? Surrendering Sunflora. Can anyone tell me what my mood was when I crafted this detached expression? I don't know. Happy? No, completely and utterly wrong! I made the sculpture, I had surrendered all hope. I was prepared to give up everything. I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. That's the name, Surrendering Sunflora! Or Surrendering. Yes. That's exactly it, Hass! When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deadly ill and fell into a slump that drove me into depression. I began worrying about what would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. Love pieces during that time had no depth. They were all shallow trash. It was then when I met Hass. He helped me realize how petty I was being. I'll spare you the details, but at the end, I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable! Even I did not know the full story until now. It's kind of hard to tell someone, especially when they're so close to you. Now I doubt that you adolescents will find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. That's good advice. I do have some advice for Brassius, though, that he should really get the the hair clipping into his nose thing checked out. As long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That is all from me. I must admit, I am beginning to feel a bit embarrassed. I bid you all farewell. Phone. Yeah, the new information about the new Kirby's Return to Dreamland stuff. So fucking stupid, they confirmed that it's local co-op only when the entire game... Its main selling point on the Wii was that it was multiplayer, and now it's on the Switch, and it has multiplayer, but it's not online. Freaking Mario 3 World had online multiplayer. Oh, Bress, I still can't believe it's such a wonderful class. Thank you. Thank you so much! We're so close to being done with all the classes at the school. I'm so tired of talking this much. But the show must go on. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. First of all, I need to apologize for losing my composure during our last class. I was so touched by Browsie's story that I simply couldn't contain my emotions. I'm sorry for making such a scene. I certainly got very stern talking to from Miss Time after that class, yes. Anyway, let's let us shift gears to dive into the material for today's class. You heard about the 10 sites of Paldea. As the name would imply, there are 10 sites in Paldea that are considered particularly beautiful. Among them, I would say that the Grand Olive Orchard is likely the most accessible. You would see the field of olive trees from the hill on the way to Cortando. 2 waterfalls that are counted among these 10 sites, Fury Falls and Cacerola Falls. There's a peak of Glacedo Mountain known as Paldea's highest peak. There's another cliff on Glacedo Mountain that's named after a rather unique shape. Let me ask you, my students, what's the name of the 3-pronged cliff that is Glacedo's Grasp? The 3-pronged cliff of Glacedo Mountain is known as Glacedo's Grasp. Though its shape is far too stubby to be of a human hand, I imagine someone thought it looked like a Pokemon hand grabbing something. There's also mentions in Area 3 of the East Province, you can get a good look at Lavencia. It's particularly gorgeous at night. In fact, the view is so brilliant it's known as the Million Volt Skyline. I hear they're quite a hotspot for. It's quite hotspot for dates and diversely so for having such a romantic view. I imagine it's what these kids say these days, a very fleek selfie spot. Shut the fuck up, Hassel. Of course, you may feel that not all 10 sites live up to the grandiose names. How often we do visit some tourist spots only to be disappointed. Not to say that you shouldn't visit them, only that you should keep your hopes in check. The important thing is to go yourself and see them with your own 2 eyes. And sometimes a disappointing experience can be worthwhile in its own way. Take a chance! The last time the word fleek was used in a Nintendo game was 2016. During one of the Splatfests. I'm pretty sure that Splatfest took place in 2016 in Splatoon 1. Alright, I'm actually wrong slightly. It's the Snowman vs. Sandcastle Splatfest that took place in 2016 in Splatoon 1. Where Callie says some choice words of Team Snowbay is so on fleek that I literally can't even. And then Marie just doesn't have anything to say about it. Art 6. We're so close to being done with classes. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. Now, my, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our last time together has certainly flown by. Our time together has certainly flown by. I can't believe it's our last class. Now, our topic of today may feel somewhat unrelated to art. But there is absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. There are two things that we should focus on today. Ribbons and marks. This is actually important information. Both ribbons and marks are quite special honors that capture your Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort, or what has been a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feat and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close with your Pokemon, you'll be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there's a person in Kasakafara who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with a Rowdy mark or a Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you run into a Pokemon with these marks. So if you're able to catch a Pokemon with a mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with ribbons and marks? Show them off! Yes, indeed, you can show them off, but surely it's not the extent of your interest, is it? The correct answer is that Pokemon ribbons can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying the title of your choosing. For example, if you sent out a Gibble with the Best Friends ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gibble, the great friend!" And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you meet them for the first time, it seems like more recently Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on efforts. These marks, such as the Gordman mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try and work out how to get each mark and its name. Next class is our final exam. I kind of forgot about marks. Even though we got the Titans and they had the Titan mark, I should actually see if there's like a champion mark. If I go to Gaston's summary. Oh, here, yeah, the Paldean Champion ribbon. Well, there's that. Gaston the Paldean Champion, but it doesn't have a mark. Oh, but I have to add it to them. To each of my Pokemon. There we go. Blowy Joey, the Paldean Champion. There we go. I should, like, check shinies and stuff that I found to see if they have marks as well. But... Art Final! Please. We're so close. I do hope you're ready because it's time for our final exam. Focus and do your best. What's the name of the restaurant where you can change the types? Treasure Eatery. Grassy's signature. Surrendering Sunflora. How many sites are in Paldea? For waterfalls. 2. Where do you find the Million Volt Skyline? Lavencia. What marks of Pokemon are can be added later? Yes. Because you add the mark in the thing. And go so much for learning about art with me. The time we shared has left a mark that I will treasure, I promise. Please. 4 out of 5, whatever. I did it. You have finished all of your classes and passed all of their exams. I have this for you from Director Clavel. 5 large experience candies. That's why you get those, I guess. You can all focus your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. That's it. Just 5 large experience candies. Thanks, Clavel. Now we need to go see what Hassel is up to outside of class. classal. I did want to see more of this room. Because there's some neat art and stuff in here. I like the Jigglypuff statue. You can't interact with these. Groupie Fletchling Wingull. Color wheel, that's nice. I like the Haunch Crow statue, though. Kinda feels weird to have this in the middle of the room, this really expensive-looking statue in the middle of the room, but... Why, if it isn't Chandler? I have a question for you. Do you find my class difficult? It's just right for me. It's certainly good to hear. So, Chandler, you choose to take all the gyms as part of your treasure hunt. That must mean you like Pokemon battles, is that correct? Yep. One naturally becomes skilled at doing what they enjoy. That is why you were so strong. Do you forgive me for springing such an odd question upon you so suddenly? I often find myself pondering the nature of the strengths these days. Anyway, thank you again for your input, Chandler. We need to go to the schoolyard. Like, I'm actually going insane listening to the school music for so long. Like, that's what's bothering me right now, is that I'm listening to this music for so long. There you are, Chandler. Hello! Try to visit the schoolyard from time to time. It's good to see young ones with so much energy and vigor. I know what you mean. To you, it's a bit of a surprise to hear you say you're one of the young ones, too, you know? Master Hassel, might I have a word? You, what are you doing here? I've told you many times not to bother me here at the Academy. Yes, I am bound to come. Our family future is of paramount importance. It's good speaking with you, Chandler. Something important has come up, so I must excuse myself now. Interesting. Let's discuss this matter elsewhere. Come. Oh, he's in the entrance hall now. Over here. How is there Drifloon in the Academy? You can't even catch them in Paldea in this universe. Oh, why hello there, young Chandler. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I must again apologize for what transpired in the schoolyard. It didn't bother me. Ah, that is very magnanimous of you. That woman who showed up is a dragon tamer, and a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I've come from a very long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead to greatness. The young lad, rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite a show of it, swearing he'd make a living with music. A lot happened since then, and now now he's the art teacher and the Elite Four member before you. Oh. After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say, my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I am not cut out for teaching, after all. The sort of teacher grumbles on and on his own students. You're a great teacher. Ah, my dear Chandler, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you so very much. Oh. Back to the art room. Why, hello there, Chandler. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Most crucial of moments? Well, you see... Mr. Hassel, I'm here to collect you. So I see. I'm glad you finally made up your mind about taking your place as the leader of the family. Well, it is indeed true that I have made up my mind. I have made up my mind to continue teaching here at the academy. How could you? Are you saying you don't care what happens to our proud lineage? I'm saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perspectives grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. What utter nonsense! And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hassel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some stories sprung up by my father's deteriorating health? I'm not so easily fooled. I will return another day. I'm sorry you had to see all that. I was so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me courage to say no. That includes you, Chandler. Your words truly brought me strength. I cannot think of any way I could possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this, if you will, insufficient as it may be, in expressing my full breadth of my gratitude. 50 Dragon Terra Shards. Now then, let it be clear to all. I, Hassel, will continue my chosen path as instructor to the youths of the world. That's a nice little arc for Hassel. With all of that being said and done, that is every single class that we can take at the school. That is all bonds with all of the teachers shared. I do not have any notifications to go see Clavel for anything about that. There's one more thing that I'm curious about. As we go unrelated to all of this, I just want to like go back up here. Because this statue thing talked about like people who won the Pokemon League, and Turo was in there. I'm not talking to the Gulpin. No, it's this book right here. Hall of Fame badges awarded. Turo, Nimona, Arven, Penny, and Chandler. I didn't realize Arven and Penny are also champions? Unless we're just all in there because we saved the region of Paldea. From, you know, impending doom from Pokemon from the future. But that's nice to see, at least.